What's on, everyone? So, some of you are probably wondering, I'm sure a lot of you, or probably have heard uh, rumors of that Jelly Roll or not really rumors, but a lot of rumors of what's allegedly going on between Jelly Roll and his wife, Bunny XO. Um, I have a little bit of purported information that may help some people. If they don't want to look it up, then go ahead and, just that's whatever. But Jelly Roll and his wife, Bunny XO, are getting divorced, purportedly because of Jelly Roll having a 10-month affair with some other girl. And I looked this up and I'm like, bro, there is no way that Jelly Roll would cheat on his wife, on you know, his woman. His old lady is one of a kind. And I would never suspect that Jelly Roll would be that kind of person or allegedly do that. And then I had to look up more information, and apparently it's true. And but it wasn't his wife Bunny XO, that called for the divorce. It was supposedly Jelly Roll himself that did it. Supposedly Jelly Roll's wife is going to pretty much just be okay with it. She's pretty much acknowledged, yeah, that's fine, whatever. I don't know regarding to assets or anything. There's been some fake alleged AI rumor that she's allegedly trying to clamp down on his assets, making sure that he doesn't get anything. They supposedly didn't sign a prenup, which um, that's here nor to there. But I don't know how much of that is true or not. But yeah, it's true. What's up, Bradley? It's true that yeah, Jelly Roll ended up cheating on his wife, and you guys need to go look at this. Like, if you guys, like I said, if you don't want to look it up and you're just like, hey, okay, Romeo, I trust you, then fine. But I do recommend that you look it up and not just listen to the crap that you hear on YouTube or the AI bullshit that's alleging things that aren't true. Um, I know a lot of people are saying, well, Jelly Roll is losing weight. He's changing. He's trying to be a better person. Why would he do that? And then why would he allegedly turn around and file for divorce with a very beautiful wife like Bunny XO, who, again, is one of a kind woman? And why would he do that? I don't know. Part of me thinks maybe guilt. There could be some alleged guilt writing on him that he feels for what he has done towards her. That could be all very big speculations. The other thing I could think of is maybe because he knows that Bunny pretty much is hurt, possibly hurt. He disgraced, he might have allegedly disgraced himself and his marriage, and he doesn't feel like he deserves Bunny for what he did to her. All those could be guesses. None of those or any of those could be true or not true. I don't know. But all I'm saying is that there's a lot of guesses. But my other guess, my big one I'm thinking of is he knows he hurt Bunny, his wife Bunny XL. He knows it. He knows what he did to her. And, there it kind of makes you understand that doing things like that, especially when you're married, that's just not good. That's unfaithful. And that just will ruin your marriage. And it hurts your marriage. And he knows he did it. And I understand. I mean, when I was young, dumb, and full of gum, yeah, I wasn't married, but I would go and try to date a lot of women or date girls when I was younger, multiple girls at one time. But that was when I was younger. That was like when I was just young, dumb, and full of cum. And then I realized as I got older, that wasn't cool. That just was kind of fucked up. And I'm not trying to emphasize on, hey, what he did was right, but what I'm emphasizing here on is the fact that he's divorcing his wife, Bunny XL, and that possibly because of his being unfaithfulness was the factor to it. I have made mistakes in my time as a human. We are all human. We make mistakes. We fuck up. We acknowledge it, whether or not if we hurt somebody because of our fuck ups or they do forgive us, we try to learn from that. We try to learn that not to do that again because this is the consequence. You could lose somebody for doing that. And I'm wondering if maybe he knew, possibly deep down, that he might be losing Bunny. But Bunny stayed with him. His wife, Bunny XO, stayed with him until he decided to go for a divorce. There are consequences to actions. And definitely doing something like that hurts people. It hurts your spouse. Or if your spouse did that to any of us guys, or to you, if our spouses did that to us, it would hurt. And yeah, more than likely, they would probably walk out and leave very quickly. I don't know directly if or how bad Jelly Roll feels. I'm sure he feels guilt for sure. There is some guilt ridden, I'm sure, in his conscience that was probably not a smart move. That was probably a dumb move. And in his mind, he probably knew that was kind of fucked up. And now he has to live with it and try to make right with himself. Jelly Roll claims he is a Christian. Now, whether he is or isn't, I'm not going to debate that or make that part of the conversation for whether he is or isn't, but he has to make right with God. And that's between him and God to differentiate between whether he's forgiven or not forgiven, and between him and Bunny XL, whether he's forgiven or not forgiven. That is not for us to say. Though I do feel bad for Bunny XL. I do. I mean, she's a beautiful, beautiful lady. She is. And she doesn't deserve it. She doesn't deserve that. No woman deserves that. And I know that is probably definitely something that I'm sure that Jelly Roll knows. He knows that she didn't deserve that. And for that, I'm sure, like I said, guilt is kind of getting to him, possibly. And that could be it too, the guilt. Like I mentioned, guilt. And it's hard. And I know it's kind of hard for a lot of us to think that this past life or his past would drag him to allegedly do this. I didn't expect it. Nobody expected it. Jelly Roll just did it. And I'm sure that's going to be hard for the family. I'm sure that, Jelly Roll knows that this is probably going to be very difficult for him. Now, regarding to the possible outcome of this, I don't know what would happen. I don't know if he will be able to have the home, or whether it will go to Buddy XO, his wife, what his plans are. I don't know. We don't know. All we know is they're divorcing, and whatever happens, happens. Whatever, Jelly Roll and Bunny XO, his soon to be ex-wife, now chooses and decides with property and money and assets and all that, we're going to have to wait and see. I'm sure a lot of Jelly Roll fans are probably a little shocked, as much as I am, to hear that this happened and this occurred. And I know we all are kind of thrown for a loop, if you will, about it. And I am. I know a lot of people liked Jelly Roll, and some people may have now a different opinion about him. But see, that is the thing. That was what he did allegedly in the past. And I don't think really what he did in the past was good, but I think he can move on from it. I think honestly he can grow from it. He can learn not to do it again. And who knows? Maybe there might be a time where they may get back together, or they may not. Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen with Jelly Roll and his soon-to-be ex-wife, XO Bunny? Who knows? Only time will tell. And that's a matter of probably them both healing, doing a little soul searching within themselves to figure out what the right move would be. But more than likely, because this is divorce that Jelly Roll called for, my ultimate guess is there's probably not going to be another chance that they will go back. But I would hope, I would only hope that those two live the best life they can, try to be happy, and move on from the mistakes that they may have both made. But regarding to Bunny XO, there has been purported rumors that she was allegedly going to go back to OnlyFans. And that may have been part of, not only because of alleged Jelly Roll cheating on her 10 months ago, but possibly that may have been one of the reasons why Jelly Roll was like, yeah, I'm done. Mm-mm. I don't know. Now, again, regarding whether that is true or not, I don't know. Those are just purported speculations, rumors that Jelly Roll found allegedly out that she's going back to OnlyFans. Or doing what she did a long time ago. I don't know if, again, that is true or not. If that is, then that's her choice. And we wish her the best endeavors in her life, in her career, whatever she chooses to do. But it kind of sucks that they're getting a divorce. So that's it. That's just basically it, guys. It really sucks. And I know that a lot of Jelly Roll fans are probably, again, very disappointed and probably hurt by hearing about this. But this is something that we do kind of have to talk a little bit about. Because, yes, it happens. Yes, sometimes men cheat on women, sometimes women cheat on men. But what can we do? Just not do it. So, all right, guys. Well, that's all I got for you. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, follow me on Rumble, Twitter, aka X, and I will see you guys next time. Bye, guys.